kind of attention, but whatever, that's gonna change right now. Okay, I'm gonna walk on my own for this. I'm right behind you. Amber nodded and released her grip on her friend's arm. Cool. Cheyenne faced the magicals kneeling in front of her and tried to roll her shoulders back. The pain intensified, and she gave up any attempt to straighten out of her slump before she staggered toward the much smaller group of Lazar's rebels and the members of the Four-Pointed Star. She stopped in front of Pershal, who grinned up at her and dipped his head. Pershal. Cheyenne. Kneeling beside him, Ellerit looked the new crown over from head to toe and dipped her head, too. A small, close-lipped smile bloomed on her lips beneath the delicate silver chains draping from ear to ear across her cheekbones and the bridge of her nose. Yeah, sure, now she's happy to see me. Cheyenne swallowed and forced herself not to fall right on top of the troll couple. Dude, you gotta stand up for this. Pershal blinked. What? I'm not having this conversation with you while you're on your knees, man. Come on. She gestured weakly for him to stand and spared a brief glance at the other kneeling magicals surrounding them. Give 'em a show, right? Not sure they'll love it, but they'll have to suck it up and deal. The blue troll glanced at his long-distance girlfriend, and Ellerit gave him a barely perceptible shrug. Frowning, Pershal finally cocked his head. You okay, kid? We can talk about that later. This is a little more important. Okay. Maleshi glanced at the new drow crown and the blue troll, then pushed to her feet and thrust her hand in the air. A bolt of crackling silver lightning raced from her outstretched fingers straight up through the center of the courtyard, past the non-existent ceiling, and into the dull gray sky over Hangavul. Silence! The crown speaks! The general's shout echoed against the stone walls of the courtyard. The banging on metal and stone stopped instantly, and the heart fell eerily silent. Cheyenne raised an eyebrow at the general, who grinned again and dipped her head in a small bow. Right. Trying to ignore the countless pairs of eyes settled intently on her, Cheyenne clenched her fists at her sides against the growing agony in her shoulders and hip and returned her attention to Pershal. I can think of a million reasons right now why it's a good thing Lazar couldn't be here for my weirdly anticlimactic victory, if we can even call it that. Pershal grinned, oblivious to what was coming next. Cheyenne cocked her head. Number 1 on my list, though, is this. You want the job, or what? Huh? The blue troll's yellow eyes widened, then he burst out laughing. The sound of it raced across the courtyard, bringing confused sniggers and chuckles from some of the other gathered Augulish. She let him have his moment and slowly turned her head to look at both night stalkers beside her. Maleshi's small smile faded, and Corian stood abruptly as he realized what was happening. Cheyenne. He approached her for more of a private conversation, and the stern curiosity on his face cut Pershal's laughter short. Are you sure? You just won, kid, Maleshi added as she joined them. All this is yours. There's no rush. Plus, you look like you're hurtin' a little. Corian scratched behind his pointy, tufted ear. We haven't even had a chance to set everything in motion yet. Make it official. Pershal's orange mohawk wobbled as he looked quickly at the halfling and the night stalkers acting as her advisors. Wait, you're serious? Come on. Cheyenne tried to shrug, and the pain flaring beneath her shoulders made her hiss. Look, we all knew I was coming into this with no desire whatsoever to be the crown over here. I don't want it, and there's no point in me keeping it longer than this. Whoa! Pershal slapped a hand against the shaved side of his orange-speckled head. You want me to take the... He gulped and couldn't finish. Cheyenne looked him dead in the eye and nodded. Yeah. The blue troll blustered and fidgeted.